hope you're well. So in today's video I want to explore the colors in between. So if you haven't seen this video, this is my Daniel Smith / Iris drawing compass video. If you are new, this is what it looks like, and I have sort of done like a review and a demo in one. I really love this. It's kind of quite pricey, but I've been giving it as a gift and I really enjoyed it, and it's such a precious thing to have on a desk. So if you have someone in mind to gift it to, that's a good thing. I'll try to link everything down below. Okay, so we have created a color wheel in the previous video with 3 colors of the primary, so Quinacridone Gold, Deep Scarlet and Sodalite Genuine. So here they are. And then we got the secondaries of the orange, the somewhat purple and a green, which were really interesting as well. So we discussed all of that. Today, what I'm going to do is try to use up these colors. They're super gorgeous, so I'm keeping them in this tray. In case you're curious, this is the one of those trays that I actually bought on Jackson's. So they go like that. And one of them is a lid. So if we look at the bottom of this, they kind of are stackable, but then there is one which looks like a lid, but it doesn't have anything to grip on, so there's no lip to grip on. And also, if you see the comparison here, it's not treated on the side, so slightly different ones. So that's what it looks like at the bottom, and these look like that. So basically, you would get it a bit dirty, so keep that in mind. Mine has already stained a little bit, but I don't really mind. So so this is where it's from. So technically it's got 5 trays with one which is a lid, but you can use it as a tray as well if you don't mind it getting stained. And the other thing is, because it doesn't have a lip, it keeps sliding off, and a few of my viewers suggested that it's supposed to be kept upside down like that on top, and that way it doesn't slide. I mean, that's a good idea if you have no watercolors in them, but it seems a little bit strange if you do, to keep it that way. So I like to not clean out my trays and keep the colors for like next usage. And also it's like my idea of a color palette that I put together and I want to play again with. So I kind of run out of space, but eventually I clean them out if I don't use the colors anymore. But if they're wet, obviously you can't turn them around to store them, because it just will make a mess. So it's up to you how you do it, but this is the smaller version. There's a bigger one which I think has a lid that fits better from what I've seen before on other channel, and I might order that. Enough with the chattery, let's jump into the swatching. So I am going to use one of these brushes. I haven't decided yet. So this one is a great one. It's a Princeton Art and brush, and it's a stroke 1/4 inch. This is fabulous for this type of swatching, which I've done here. But sometimes when you push hard on it, it can make a wider kind of strip. So I'm thinking if I'm going to use a more kind of a less quality brush, which is more of a craft brush. This says here Royal and Langnickel, size 8. It doesn't say any names. That it looks a bit thicker in a way, and the bristles are, I don't know. I kind of feel when I push onto it, it doesn't expand as much as this one does. I want basically thin strips, so I'll see which one works best. I'll start with the cheaper one, and if that doesn't work very well, then I'll go to this brush. Okay, so I'm going to stretch my paper here, and let's start with sort of mixing these around. Where's my other tray gone? Here it is. Okay, so I have got a yellow here, which I'll start with the yellow. In fact, I might do it on this page. Yes, I think I'll do it here. So let's see. Oh, that works well. Yeah, I'll keep it at that. Okay, so we started with the Quinacridone Gold. Just going to now add it to my tray here. Hey everyone, editing this video, I realized that there is a whole chunk missed. It's not too big, it's just this first line of the yellow into red, swatches and mixes. So you will see it will cut in a minute into the next line. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a heads up. And all I did was just adding a little bit more of the red into the yellow and gradually increasing it in the red value and going towards red and a little more away from the yellow, but you'll see exactly the same process for the next two of the colors. So see you there. So now we're going to add a little bit of Sodalite Genuine. Remember, it's really strong, so start with a little amount first, literally somewhere here on the side, and then I clean out my brush before I go in, and then take this bit of pigment and start about here. So if it's a bit too watery, what you'd need to do is redo it like that. I don't like my pigments to be too watery, so I'm actually going to go ahead and add more. Okay, that's about right. So now I'm just going to be going in the middle here where there's loads of pigment and slowly darkening things up. So you can see they're now shifting. So now I would want to start going more towards the darker color. So I'll load up a bit more, which was a bit too much. So use the red from here and bring it in until you get the nice color. And then tiny bit more. There we go. That's a beautiful intense color. So I can squeeze a couple more in there. And this is a very intense actually color, which is starting to become a bit more intense than the one I had originally. Actually, I just can go straight in. Like that. And no, I need one more. I need one more because this one still has purple in there. So, about here, where the clean color is sitting. That's it. That's our Sodalite Genuine right there, and I might actually repeat the same thing here. To have the clean color. That's it. So now you can see this was a bit too orangey here. So we've got the originals now. In fact, I would even go over this color. So I'm going to clean up this bit here, which has loads of mixing. And then squeeze out a fresh load of Sodalite Genuine and then go over quickly that bit there. Okay, so now a tiny bit of water. Don't want it to be too dark because I want to see the pigment still. That's it, that's more like it now. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the Sodalite Genuine. Look how super intense it is. So Sodalite Genuine. And going into the greens now. So I'm going to load up my brush and then just mix it into the entire, because remember what we need to do now is go from the darkest to the yellow. And then add a bit more. We're getting some lovely sub greens, or maybe olive greens, not sub green yet. Just going to go straight in here. So you can see a bit more yellow. These changes are very gradual, but that's exactly what you want to do. You don't want to have big jumps between the colors. This one came a bit dark, so I'm just going to wash my brush now with a clean brush. Pick up some of that yellow. We don't have much of the yellow left, so I have to be quite careful here. I think I'm just going to mix from this tray, going more towards the yellow, like so. And one more. It's probably a bit dark, is it? Yeah, so I will have to go into this again. Actually stick my brush into that. Like so. So I've got a nice clean bit of this yellow. Mix it in one more time, like that, and now just the clean color without anything else in there. That's too watery. So if I wanted a bit more pigment, I'm not precious with this brush because it's a cheapy one, so that's why I'm doing it. I wouldn't do that with my expensive brushes. So there we go. And of course the variety could be limitless, because you could then use more water, more pigment, less pigment, and you could even make this bigger and wider. But that gives me a good indication of what colors I could get from this three primaries. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it quite relaxing, and maybe you'll join in and do some of your own discoveries. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.